Forever. Dog.
Hey, this is Gabe Gonzalez, and I host the brand new podcast, Queerty.
And this is Alex Berg, and I host the brand new podcast, LGBTQ Nation.
Two brand new podcasts made lovingly just for you.
On Thursdays, I sit down with the best LGBTQ journalists, activists, and politicians to discuss the most pressing topics in the community.
And on Fridays, I end each messy week right by sitting down with the funniest, smartest, and sexiest people in the world to talk pop culture, entertainment, news, and more.
LGBTQ Nation and Queerty, politics, and pop culture.
On Thursdays, you cry. On Fridays, you laugh.
No, it's not all sad. We have some good news on Thursdays.
Okay, like, what am I talking about? These days, you can cry every day of the week.
Listen to both shows and get to know everything you need to know.
You're already holding your phone, so subscribe to Queerty and LGBTQ Nation today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Only on Forever Dog.
Hey, we haven't even pulled away from the drive-thru and you're already digging in the McDonald's bag.
Aw, babe, just a few.
All right, I guess I can't blame you. Pass me some, too.
The smells too good to get it all the way home meal. There's a meal for every moment at McDonald's.
And now your favorite spicy chicken McNuggets are back. Get a 6-piece spicier classic for just $2.50, only at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Forever. Dog.
I do feel strongly about you sending me some Bitcoin.
Yeah, I would not mind some Bitcoin. Why don't we have threat coin?
Why don't we have crypto coming in, Brett?
I'm working on it.
You are not. Tom, did you see how long it took for him to respond to that? He took a deep breath. It was a huge pause. He goes, what?
Working on it.
Working on it.
The great catch-all.
Come on.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it here.
It's a process. I'm on the crypto markets, on a daily basis. I'm on the subreddits. It's
Do you own any crypto, Brett?
Wait, let me ask. How much crypto do you own?
Yeah, I'm going to say Brett. Yes, Brett does own crypto. Julie, do you think Brett is overextended in crypto? Do you think he's playing with fire with the amount of crypto he owns?
I think that he is over his head with crypto.
Okay, you think I think
he has a blog called Tales from the Crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just about how much he's been too into crypto.
Yeah. Tales from the Crypto. The Cryptkeeper.
That's Brett.
Get me.
You can send this to me on the dark web.
It's my financial portfolio. It's a bloodbath.
It's an indethment.
Make an indethment on the
But seriously.
Cryptkeeper. But seriously,
I'm hurting.
Way too deep.
How much crypto do you own, Brett?
Well, it's even tough to talk about it in quantities because it doesn't always equate to like normal currency quantities. I'll just say this about crypto: you can't go half in. You either got to be all in or all out. And I'll just say I'm one or the other.
Yeah, this is not good. This is not going to be good. I feel a 3 a.m. phone call coming. The Japanese stock market's tanking. There's a big play here. Come on. I just need the money. We can short all these Japanese stocks. I feel a crash coming in Japan. Their market's opening in an hour. Just give me the money.
Hey guys, Magic Spoon wants to pay us in crypto. So
and they'll run it through me first.
They need to run it through me, and it's this new currency called Goobly Booblies. So the good news is both of you are going to get 10,000 Goobly Booblies.
Yeah.
The bad news is there's no bad news. Brett backs up. There is no bad news.
Yeah,
Why did I even say there was bad news?
Yeah.
Look, I didn't create the world. I didn't create the world we live in, but it's just the way it is. I mean, it's the, there's no middle class anymore. There's no traditional forms of upward mobility. You either you get one shot to go big, and when it comes along, you got to take it. Yeah. So, that's the game I'm playing. So we'll see.
Yeah, one shot. You only get one shot. What is this, Brett Mile?
Mom spaghetti.
I don't like it. Dun 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 dun. You picture Brett
you only get one shot with a knit beanie.
He's getting pumped up as he's like staring at his laptop, and then he clicks, and then he just ends up buying, then he ends up buying Sia's crypto, sinking all his money into that, and then he watches it go on the screen. Like it literally moves like a cartoon on the screen with his sound effect. The only stock move that's ever done anything like, the only financial thing with a cartoon sound effect.
And then Sia samples it, turns it into $1 billion song.
Yeah, right as Brett gets out.
Pew! Boop.
Double Threat is the name of the show.
Double Threat is where you gonna go. Double Threat is the name of the show.
Yeah. If you want great podcasts, where are you gonna go?
Double
Threat, stupid.
It's the name of the show.
It's the name of our show.
Double Threat, stupid. The name of our show.
And you're on Double Threat now if you're our virtual guest. And even though we're not going to mention you by name, you are sitting here with us, and we're just pals goofing around, and we might not specifically acknowledge you at any point during this.
And we might.
We might. Right? Anne?
Raggedy?
No, I'm just saying that because anybody named Anne is going to go, he's talking to me now.
Oh, I thought it was Anne, Raggedy. Like
oh,
that would be her name. I don't know.
Well, maybe Raggedy Ann is listening. It's a possibility.
Imagine being a little kid now and all you want is, like, I don't know. I guess Barbies are still a thing, and then your parents get you something with the word raggedy attached to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Raggedy. Raggedy Ann. And then there was Andy, Raggedy Andy.
Well, I think Raggedy Andy got canceled.
Oh, that just breaks my heart.
He was your favorite.
Andy. He was. Yeah, we might just make references to random listeners, and that means we're talking right to you.
How do you like them apples?
How do you like them apples, Patty?
Peppermint.
No, it's any.
I'm sorry, I keep thinking of the characters of Yonder. I know, and I keep forgetting until it's too late, and I just think about the characters of yesteryear when things were simpler.
I get it. Anyone named Peppermint Patty just screamed with joy because it was so specific, but all the rest of the Patties went, different Patty. Hamburger Patty's a Patty I want to meet. Right?
Why wasn't that a McDonald Land character?
Hamburger Patty was pretty good.
Well, they also didn't start doing female characters until, when you learn that's when women got to vote, or that's when you didn't need a man to sign off in order for you to get a loan. Mm-hmm. They had their first female characters with Birdie and the Fry Gals. That's very late in the... As you know, that's very late in the McDonald Land universe, historically.
Yeah. No, McDonald's has a very checkered history. I choose to ignore all of it. Like many Americans choose to ignore the history of America.
Yeah.
And to say it was only great, even though it clearly wasn't
Right.
and isn't.
Yeah.
I choose to just completely scrub my McDonald land history of any
Yeah.
troubles or difficulty.
There needs to be a Howard Zinn history of McDonald land.
Yeah, that'd be pretty amazing. Like a epic.
Yeah.
Get Merchant and Ivory back together again. Get one of their kids. Their kids can do it. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure Merchant, or I think one of them is no longer with us. The kids of Merchant Ivory team up to bring some class to the McDonald land story.
Well, if
Ronald's
the kids,
End. Remains of the fillet. Thank you. That I'm out.
I'm out of here. Good night, everybody.
I'm going to say, as bad as that was, I don't top it.
Yeah.
For a year, I
not
don't
even
top that
with
one.
not even with tartar sauce.
And I want to say, yeah, thank you. You just topped it.
I didn't. No, you can't get better than remains. What if it's just remains of filet?
Yeah. Okay. Remains of fillet. That's like Facebook, the Facebook. I think that improves it.
It's cleaner.
Yeah.
A room with a chew.
That's not as much fun.
What?
I don't like it.
What?
Well, what I want to say is that last week we did the chili, part 3 of our trilogy, which many people found to be the most exciting of the 3 parts. And I loved it. And Brett, you said that there was some sort of postscript to this trilogy.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So we had a great time last week with the 2 chili societies, and also with our wonderful author of the Chili Cook-Off Mysteries. And you can find links to all of that in last week's episode show notes. And people were sending me a bunch of stuff about Terlingua this week, a bunch of stuff about chili cook-offs in general. I got this one.
And Terlingua is where the One Society holds its annual chili get-together.
Thanks. Yeah, Terlingua is where Cassie, the Chili Appreciation Society International, holds their annual cook-off championships. And those guys, they loved the episode. Got some great emails from them this week. I believe they're sending us merch. They asked for our addresses, so hopefully that's for merch. Meanwhile, not a peep from the International Chili Society.
What a shocker. The one who was like, are we recording? Did the interview start?
Have not heard any follow-up from them.
That guy's getting enough grief now because he thought that he didn't know there was chocolate in Cincinnati chili. He's probably hiding right now.
Eating crow. I have a feeling he isn't.
I have a feeling no one said anything about any of it to him. And that he has already, this is a distant memory for him that he did this show.
Whereas Cassie is probably emailing Brett on the daily, which
more or less
which is a compliment. I'm not saying that's like, oh wow, that's no, those guys rule.
Kindred spirits. Yeah.
I love them both.
Yeah. No, Brett loves them because he's now going to be a participant in this.
I know.
Thing, this Terlingua. Julie, you're going to both.
No, I'm not. I knew you were going to say that.
I'm going to neither. Brett is going to Terlingua. You're going to both. And I even found a third one.
Oh my God.
It's called Steve's Chili Party. And he holds it, and I booked you on that also.
Who's Steve?
You can't wait till you meet Steve. You're going to love, he loves chili.
What else?
He loves difficult people.
What else?
That's it. So conversation is going to be either about your show or chili.
Steve.
Well, I hope
what was this? What was this post?
Yeah. Well, and speaking of all that, I hope this doesn't strain our great relationship with Cassie, because I have an anecdote here about something that happened at Terlingua, a scandal that happened at Terlingua one year. This is back
during the competition?
During the chili cook-off competition. This is back in 2003. And I'm very sorry. I cannot remember the listener that sent this to me. I remember that it wasn't through the email. It was through Twitter, Instagram, or something like that. So I apologize that I could not sort of track down where this conversation originated. But one of our great listeners sent this to me. And this happened at the 2003 Terlingua Championship Chili Cook-Off. And I'll just read this here. Don Eastip, an Illinois retiree, entered the Super Bowl of Chili Cook-Offs on November 1, 2003. His brother Terry, who was a longtime Springfield chili cook who had won numerous nationwide competitions, had dropped out of the contest at the last minute. So Don posed as his brother and took his place. So Terry is the chili cook. He's the chili cook in the family. He couldn't go. Don pretends to be Terry and jumps into the competition at the last minute. But Don didn't feel like cooking his own pot of Texas red chili, so he walked around from booth to booth and secretly took one spoonful of chili from each of the other 80 contestants. Then he mixed those 80 spoonfuls together in a bowl and entered that as his own chili entry, and he won first place. He won the whole competition, mixing other people's chili together. However, the end of the story here, and this is where it ends up. I think we'll be all right with Cassie. Is they burned
him at the stake at the end of
They walk him into the desert. It's like, and a tortoise comes back like Breaking Bad with
his head on
it.
They sensed something was up. They sensed something was wrong. So they confronted him as to the authenticity of his chili. He admitted the error of his ways. That feels like we're missing some details there.
It's easier to admit something when you're in the desert and you're surrounded by men.
Exactly. He got the old chili rough up.
And then the first prize was taken away from him and given to the second prize winner, who was the real winner, who was a Dallas dentist. That's all it says here. No name given. But yeah, they had 2003. They had a little controversy down in Terlingua, and they dealt with it
violently.
Look, sometimes you got to break a few kidney beans to make a bowl of chili.
No beans. No beans.
You know, when they rough the guy up, they're like, there's one guy's like, kidney beans. And then they punch him in the kidneys. And the other guy's
like hot tamale, and they punch him in the balls.
Yeah. He's had enough. That chili's cooked.
I thought it was weird that after that happened, he went home and slept with his brother's wife. It's me, dear. The chili husband.
Chili man.
Sounds about right. Come to bed. I'm just going to turn out the lights. That's how I like it.
Oh, this is the perfect segue to plug something that we only have 2 days left in the contest. You just wrote some chili erotic fiction.
Some of our listeners have been using our chili episode as a prompt for the erotic fiction. I'll just give you a little tease there.
And Brett, what he's talking about is we have a contest going on right now, and it ends on February 9th, the evening of February 9th. You have 2 days to participate in the Double Threat erotic fiction contest. Now, what are the rules to this, Brett?
Yeah, so the rules are a little fluid. They've kind of been getting formed on the fly as people have been asking me questions. But basically, you're going to write some erotic fan fiction about the Double Threat universe. You cannot include Tom and Julie except in sort of incidental background roles.
Non-sexual, not non-sexual. We can be clerks.
Yeah, we can be pool cleaners.
Waiters.
Can you facilitate the erotic action?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe.
It's got to be the kind of thing where we leave.
We're like phone call, and then we give them the phone and we leave.
Yeah.
That's the main rule.
By the way, all my favorite porns are like phone call, and then they give someone a phone, and it's like so hot. I always fast forward to the part where the guy gets the phone.
And somebody's bragging like, yeah, I acted in a porn movie, but I didn't have any dirty scenes. I just brought in a sandwich and set it down and then left.
Turkey Club? We can say that. Turkey Club?
And in terms of people have asked me a lot about length. In terms of length, we're talking page length there.
I hate that
this is awful.
I hate that was the worst move.
He's in the spirit.
Everyone saw that you could have gone there.
And he did. It was like slow motion car crash.
Yeah. I was like, please don't go there.
He did.
But he did.
He did.
And I love it. I love it. I say, God bless you, Brett.
Look, I'm trying to mentally get in. This is not something that you can just, wake up one day and go. This is an episode that requires like a triathlon.
You
preparing for
gotta
it.
get horny.
Yuck.
Look, I've read a couple of these. If you let's say if Five Guys was an 8, some of these are coming in at a 9.5 so far.
I don't want to know specifics,
up, baby.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Has there been a moment where you've read something and went, "Oh my God"?
Oh, yes, multiple times. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's all I need to know.
A credit to our listeners. This is the Jerry email all over again. You start a thing and you got to see it through to the end, and you can't flinch on stuff like this. So I a big credit to our listeners for taking the prompt seriously. And
is Jerry from T Public factoring into
in there?
anything?
Is he in there yet?
One person asked me.
This poor guy who the crime he committed was talking to Brett about Forever Dog merchandise and how a podcast network could effectively sell merch and manufacture merch. And then now you turn around and look at it.
Is that our best-selling T-shirt? Is the one that says "I hate Jerry from T Public"?
It's getting up there because I think if you bought it when it first came out, it just came in this week because we got about 4 or 5 photos on Twitter of people wearing their "I hate Jerry" shirts this week, and they look good. I gotta say, they came out really well. So if you want an "I hate Jerry" shirt, pop on over to tpublic.com/store/double-threat. And speaking of that, because it came up, this is another rule. Somebody asked me if they could include former guests, and I said, nah, let's not do that. No guests, no former guests in the erotic fan fiction. But then they said, what about Jerry? And I said, sure, yeah, Jerry can be included.
I think you can use guests if you're loving. Don't have them do anything sick. No, like,
Yeah.
More like, or
Yeah,
or
just
hey,
be nice.
Or as Mickey Mouse says, hot dog.
Yeah, just don't be a douche. And you know when you're being a douche, just don't be a douche.
Hey, look, if you be a douche, your show's not your story won't get on the show. So because we're gonna pick and look, this is it though. And that being said, there will also be lots of great stories that don't make it on the show either. We don't have time, obviously, from all, so we're gonna pick 5 finalists from the ones that get submitted, and those 5 finalists will be read on next week's episode by a very special guest narrator, who is going to join us and read those stories. And then from those 5, we'll throw it back to you, the listeners, for an audience poll, and we'll pick a grand prize winner. The winner of the first annual Double Threat Erotic Fan Fiction contest. Prize is TBD on the prize, but it'll be something good, something worth your time, something worthy of your efforts.
Yeah. What if it was an "I hate Jerry" from T Public shirt that was like a rare one.
Like a misprint, like it's upside down, like a stamp.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that rare stamp that everybody wants.
People often misspell Jerry from T Public with a J, so I could print one with a J and send that out.
Maybe that's the way to do it. That's the ultimate. We figure out what your size is. It'll be made just for you, and it'll say "I hate Jerry from T Public" in the misspelled.
Then maybe in the back you could say, "But I love sex."
Yeah, I like it. And the contest ends on February 9.
What if we just do a T-shirt for the winner that says "Me like sex"?
That's good. What if it says, "I came here for 2 things, sex and to listen to Double Threat, and I'm all out of episodes of Double Threat.
And I just came. I came here.
Yeah.
I came here to come. And I'm Are we in the Brett puts a warning in front of the episode territory yet?
For this one? Nah, I don't think so for this one.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge.
And actually, if we want to go ahead and preview it, the week after, this was teased online this week. The week after, we've got the guys from the George Lucas Talk Show, who we've mentioned on this show before, and I'm sure much of you are familiar with. The George Lucas Talk Show guys will be on the following week.
Yes.
Tom, how much money have you given to the
Thousands.
tens of thousands? Probably.
It's getting close to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the charity stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's been a lot. It's got to be over 10,000.
I haven't engaged with George Lucas Talk Show. I just like watching it. But Brett is starting shit online. Tom equally starts shit and participates in a way that's like cruel, but he's giving them money.
The best version of things.
I would take issue with the word "start." I think there's definitely a chicken in the egg.
I see. I understand.
Here.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I feel like I was defending our turf.
Thank you. You did a beautiful job.
Yeah. No, Brett went pretty far in terms of the active claims of plagiarism.
And then
where it was like, I was like, that's not what's happening.
He's been on Twitter for 5 minutes and he's like,
yeah.
He's guns a-blazing.
Yeah, made some hard claims. I feel like I might have painted myself into a corner on that one, but I'm diligently working on finding some evidence to back up those claims.
Yeah, just like you're like the My Pillow guy of podcasting. You're going to put a 3-hour video together of you explaining how George Lucas Talk Show stole an idea from Double Threat. I want to tell everybody that guy is. It is so spectacular when you think of that. A year ago, you saw those. When you first saw those commercials, it was not that long ago. It was, this guy's only gotten on the radar in the last few years. And you're just like, oh, it's a goofball guy with a funny mustache. And then people are like, hey, you ever notice he's wearing like a cross necklace? And you're like, then you find out, oh, he's kind of religious guy. And you're like, oh, it's a My Pillow guy. He's kind of religious, whatever. And then you fast forward, his company is in free fall now. He is getting dropped by like major chains, will not carry his product.
When Bed Bath and Beyond.
Movies. He's making movies.
So is this movie, is it a documentary? What is this movie he's making?
He made a 3-hour movie in the last 5 days. It took 5 days. And it's called, what is it called? Absolute Truth.
I keep picturing him on set being like, back to one.
And he's getting like kicked off of, he was on like Newsmax or something the other day.
I saw that. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Where he's just yelling about the voter conspiracy stuff. He's going to end up in jail because it's like He's very close to killing himself with his own pillow, like suffocating himself with his own pillow. I think what's going to happen is when the FBI comes looking for him in a few months, they're going to be going through
months. Yeah. This has escalated so exponentially. I think. Okay. I think it'd be less lucky to say weeks. I'd say days.
The next couple of weeks, they're gonna be going through the empty My Pillow factory and then they're going to see this giant pillow in the corner moving. They'll see this one giant pillow move. Well, they'll see like the light of a cell phone coming from inside the pillow, and they'll hear, "Yeah, I'm inside a pillow right now. The
Don't
FBI
worry,
is here.
I'm safe.
Don't worry, I'm safe. These FBI guys are never going to find me in this
They're
pillow.
so stupid."
And they're all just surrounding the pillow now.
He wasn't at the Capitol, was he?
No, he was.
Because you know what would have been smart if he'd been to the Capitol, handed out a bunch of pillows, and it became a big fun pillow fight.
Oh my God, he could have turned into a hero.
Right, he would have saved at least one life, which is mine.
Whatever's going on right now, we're seeing it. They're suppressing cancel culture. They're trying to cancel us all out. I just seen churches, the Christian churches, they're being attacked right now. People on social media, anyone that speaks up, they're going, you can't say that. You're gone. It's like right now they're doing whack-a-mole because they knew they were so close.
That's not whack-a-mole.
So close that we would never know in history what happened. But guess what? Now we do know.
Yeah, that sucks. Because he had like these cut-throughs were so literal, and they cut to whack-a-mole, and it wasn't whack-a-mole. It was like a clown popping up. The whole point of whack-a-mole is that a mole pops out.
Brett, can you Google whack-a-mole movie? Because I think Billy texted me last week. I think they just optioned whack-a-mole to be a movie.
I gotta get on this whack-a-mole movie.
And I feel like
all I can think of is like, I could write a whack-a-mole movie. That's all that I had run through my head right now when you said that. It's like,
you're like, oh, are they staffing?
Yeah. Here's my whack-a-mole spec. I have a modern family and a whack-a-mole.
But I imagine the pitch meeting, it's like, everyone knows the expression whack-a-mole. Or sometimes in these crazy times.
Exactly.
I just remember when Oprah had some like Jonestown survivors on her show.
Okay.
The opening line was, have you ever heard the expression, don't drink the Kool-Aid? Like, that's a great intro to what I'm about to see.
Yeah.
Both Uno and Whack-A-Mole are in production right now. Uno is being turned into an action heist movie, and Whack-A-Mole is being turned into a reality competition series.
Yes.
Whack-A-Mole, a reality. I could do that. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna whack as many moles as I can.
And under, I'm just picturing your Kyra just says Tom, New Jersey.
Yeah, Tom. It says he's just a writer. I'm telling you, I might not be the youngest guy here, but I'm crafty.
I'm the wackiest.
I'm the wackiest. I might not be the youngest guy here, but I'm certainly the wackiest. I'm going to whack more of these moles and they're even going to know what happened.
And then the producer's like, since you're from New Jersey, can I just feed you a line?
Sure.
Back where I come from, whacking someone means something different.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that.
And they'll be like, just do it. And they're like, okay.
All right. But you guys will run it past me, right? Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yes, of course. We're not going to use it.
We just want to get it. We're not going to use it.
It's just to get it. We're not going to use it.
If you're ever making a thing, this
never
is advice.
Never do the thing you don't. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't want it to potentially ever exist, don't do it.
Yep.
No, just do it. We just want to try it.
Nope.
Got to say, if you are not comfortable, you cannot do it.
They will choose that one.
Yes. That's the one they will choose, and you will never hear from them again. Like, they are gone.
You change their emails.
What are you going to do? Write to them and go, hey, I'm mad that you used that? They're gone. It's over. They're doing it to someone else today. It's a little advice from your friends, Tom and Julie.
Hey there, Double Threat listeners. After the year we've all been through, saving money is surely at the top of everybody's resolution list for 2021. So if you're still paying ridiculous amounts of money every month for wireless, what are you doing? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save money this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you maximize your savings with plans starting at just $15 a month. Now, I'm someone who was always keeping an eye on my wireless bill, and whenever my old company used to add a fee or add some sort of service I didn't need without telling me, I always would catch it and call them up and have them remove it. I was always right on top of my phone bill every month and try to get it as cheap as possible. That being said, I never got anywhere close to $15 a month before I switched to Mint Mobile. How do they do it? By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So it's everything that you like about your current phone plan, maybe more, but just at a lower, much lower cost. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with a 7-day money-back guarantee. So switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/TomandJulie. That's mintmobile.com/TomandJulie to cut your wireless bill to $15 a month. Is there something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? In 2020, I'm sure there were no shortage of answers to those questions for you and for me and for everyone. And so in 2021, if you're looking to take control of your mental health and if you're interested in giving therapy a try, maybe you've never tried therapy before, or maybe you're looking to get back into it, there are many options out there for you. And one of the most convenient and affordable of those options is BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start right away, communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. There is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas, and the service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, and plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. And if it's something that you want to try out, you can go to betterhelp.com/TomandJulie. That's BetterHelp/TomandJulie and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. And we've got a special offer for Double Threat listeners. You can get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp at betterhelp.com/TomandJulie. That's betterhelp.com/TomandJulie. Well, I've got a clip here for you. This is actually from our very own Julie Klausner. This clip,
yes!
This first one that we're going to look at.
Wait, that's allowed?
Yeah, Tom, you can send me clips anytime you want.
Well, I want to send a clip then of the entire 3-hour Mike Lindell movie.
I'll watch that. I'm sure he makes a lot of sense.
That's perfect for that dumb George Lucas talk show. They was watch things. Why don't they watch a Mike Lindell movie?
It's not dumb. You watch it every week.
If we float the idea on here, they'll definitely do it on their show.
We'll definitely do it.
My God. There it is.
Wow. I'm neutral. Brett knows this. I'm like a neutral cooking oil.
What you need. It's an important part of a recipe. Yeah.
Brett's running so hot with some of these things.
He likes both of you like competition.
But I've been on Twitter forever. Brett's been on it for 2 weeks. What I see going on with Brett is like when like an adult gets like a new hobby and they get so into where they're just well, I'm going to tell you everything about marijuana because I just started smoking it last week and I now kind of am going to talk to you about
and only that
about that, even though you have smoked it as it's never been a big deal because you just had it in your life as a thing. I didn't. I maybe even badmouthed it. But now I smoke it and I'm super enthusiastic about it. And I know all about all the strains and I'm going to hold a lecture right now on it. Like Brett's doing that with Twitter, though.
Yeah.
He's Trump style. He slid in where he's like filling the.
He may have replaced the void. When God opens a window, he closes the door or something.
I truly don't know what's gotten into me. It's like an out of body experience when I'm on there. I don't know. You know, it's I don't know.
Who is this? Who am I?
Yeah.
Well, he said something very funny to Patrick when Patrick said something like spoiler alert, and he wrote back nerd alert. Oh my God.
I will say I'm proud of a thing I stuck Patrick pretty hard. And this is Patrick Contour. He's the producer of their show. He's a nice guy. All kidding aside, we like Patrick. But he wrote, I made pancakes today. He tweeted, I made pancakes today. And then I tweeted the rest of the song Hurt by
to see if I still feel.
yeah. I made pancakes today to see if I yeah. He left that talk about leaving the gate open. That was one. You see that? That's beautiful mind territory. You see that, and you're just like, whoosh, slide it over. Beep, boop. Okay, there's the joke. But the thing is, just like a beautiful mind, you're imagining it, and you're crazy also. Like, he's like doing all that stuff alone. It's like, meanwhile, he's losing his marbles while he's sliding those imaginary things all over the place.
Both of you are playing marbles.
Yeah, it's kind of like virtual marbles, Twitter.
Which, by the way, I feel like we should option marble. Why don't we option marbles?
God. Marbles would be a good movie.
We could have it Meet the Marbles.
At one point, marbles, there must have been some parent going like, I'm sick of these marbles. Right? All you do is you play marbles all day. When that was like the only game a kid could have, there was like, I'm so sick of you and that hoop and the stick. You're always running down the street with it. You're throwing your life away. You and that hoop and the stick. What are you doing? You're an embarrassment to the family.
Put your marbles away and wash the laundry on this washboard.
On this rock. No, not a marble. You know, Dad, a rock is just a big marble.
You take that back.
You shut your mouth.
Well, I also feel like there's also probably an incident where they slipped on the marbles.
Yeah, that must have happened sincerely for a while, because we see it in movies. Mm-hmm. Like when those Home Alone guys are slipping all.
I've seen it in every movie. I've never seen a movie where somebody wasn't slipping on marbles.
Yeah, you might need to watch some more movies. There are movies without that.
Why?
I know the only movies you've ever seen are Home Alone and Baby's Day Out. So when he made Baby's Day Out, John Hughes, like, it's so funny, in death, John Hughes is like the legend and all the things, and he spoke for a generation. When he was around, it was like, oh no, another piece of crap from John Hughes, like Baby's Day Out. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
But it's funny how the legacy gets kind of fine-tuned. Where he's like, I want to do Home Alone, but with a baby.
I don't know Baby's Day Out. That's different than Boss Baby and Baby Geniuses, right? Those are two different things. Is. Boss Baby, voiced by... Someone sent me on Instagram a video of Baldwin. I only got like 2 minutes in. I had to turn it off. He was talking about horses. It didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, so he was accused of... They're like, they have a big Long Island estate, and it was next door to this like this really old horse stables where this woman cared for horses, and you could put your horse there and she would take care of it, and it had been there forever, and it wasn't like super fancy. It was like a one woman owned business, but she'd been there forever. She was kind of an institution, and apparently that woman and her establishment she wasn't like keeping up her property well enough to the Baldwin standards. And so they did some deal with the city council or something, and basically like got her kind of kicked off the property, and then like renovated it into some big fancy horse charity that they now run.
Oh no.
And so that story came out, and he had to, it was just the latest Baldwin scandal, literal horse thieves out in Long Island.
I think it would be really funny if like the woman came over and was like, have you seen my horse? And the horse is in the back and he's wearing a hat. And Alec's like, no. And he's like, that's my horse. And he's like,
No,
I don't think so. That horse is wearing a hat.
Yeah. Did your horse have a hat? Well, this horse has a hat.
So get off my property.
Now get over here, Oats.
He named the horse Oats.
Yeah. You know what he named he has. Do you know what he named the second horse?
What?
Hall. And then he put him to work. And do you know what work they do? Hall and Oats.
Just hope they're not man-eaters.
No, Brett.
What about man-eaters, Brett?
Brett's
Right, I'm on a separate track. I can cut myself out.
Make any,
I
Brett's
like
doing
it.
his own. Brett's doing his own commentary track.
I can
On
cut
ours.
that
It
out.
should be like a separate channel.
No, don't you dare cut it out. How dare you?
No, that stays in.
Also, Alec Baldwin back on Twitter this week.
Oh, well, we wouldn't know because we can't see it. And I saw
Yeah.
you retweet something he said, and I said, Brett, I can't see this for shit. You got to screenshot them babies. What did he say?
He made a Jewish space laser joke. That was
good.
his triumphant return to Twitter. Was
He's like, I can't
Feel
hold
good.
back anymore.
I gotta go back.
Gotta go back. I can't.
I'll go back, make the Jewish space laser joke, and then I'm out.
And then I'm gonna put a wig on the
Yeah, and
horse.
this weird farm lady. The first thing I did was I put on our front door. I put a sign that said exit, and that confused her for a while because she couldn't figure out the entrance to the house. That threw her for a good 20 minutes, but it's not working anymore.
Meanwhile, I got a really big pair of glasses. The problem is the horse's ears are on the top of its head.
And they don't stay up. I got that horse some cool Oakley wraparound shades.
They come with a
looks-
strap, so they
Yeah.
shouldn't fall off his head.
Now the horse looks like A-Rod.
Excuse me, I know you have my horse. Mr.
No,
Baldwin.
That's Alex Rodriguez.
Then why does he have a tail?
He's dressed as a horse, you idiot.
You need two people to dress like a horse. Everyone knows that.
Not if you lay flat. These new horse costumes, these new one-person horse costumes.
How do you
require
move the feet?
With your feet, you idiot.
I thought you said I was lying down.
You are, but it trigger. It's like a hydraulic system for legs beneath you. You pump it, and it moves the gears beneath you for the legs.
So what do? You
You
just
idiot.
kick? Yes, thank you. So you just kick. You kick like you're swimming?
It's like you're swimming. It's like yes, you idiot. It's like you're swimming.
Okay, so I lie down and I kind of like go like this
You
with
do
my
nothing.
hands.
You do nothing. You're coming nowhere near my one-person horse costume. You'll never get in that thing as long as you live.
And
Alex
then
Rodriguez is in it right now.
Meanwhile, the horse is like coming to her because the horse knows.
Yes,
knows
she
her,
had the
and
horse
he's like-
for 9 years.
Yeah.
and the horse.
The horse is like, "Are we going home?"
The horse just goes like and shakes off the Oakley shades. They fall
And he goes,
off.
"Aha!"
Okay, maybe that's your horse. So this all started when I said, "Wait, you can pick your own clips."
Yeah.
That's where the last 20 minutes came from. Me just going, "Wait, you can pick your own clips?" And now we find ourselves talking about Alex Rodriguez inside of a one-man horse costume on Alec Baldwin's farm.
I still think it could be A-Rod in the front, someone else in the back, but I don't know who. Hey, who's playing the Super Bowl? Let me guess. I know Tom Brady is.
Yes. That's right, but he's not a team. What team does he play for?
I don't know. He's famous, so I feel like it's Boston. Is that
It
Am I
was at
close?
one point. That was
Okay.
That's very good.
okay?
He's on a new team for the first time.
Okay. You give me a hint.
East Coast.
Florida? Virginia.
Yes,
Florida?
Where in Florida?
Not
Miami.
Mar-a-Lago.
He's playing for the
He's in
Mar-a-Lago.
the Mar-a-Lago Manatees.
That would be the greatest day of my life if that was a team.
Those are two things in Florida.
Yes.
And then
The
they're
Mar-a-Lago
playing
Manatees.
the Kansas City Kangaroos.
You did
I did good.
very well with this.
Thanks.
For somebody who truly doesn't care about it, that was
I don't
impressive.
I don't care, but I'm not like sports. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
someone
you're not
that
going like, "Yay, sports ball."
Oh, is it time for sports ball?
I always like when it's a thing where it's like, "Yay, hit a home run with the basketball hoop." Shut up. It's like, okay, you don't like it. That's perfectly fine.
But that's also like, if you don't like Broadway, be like, oh, is it time for or the orchestra to intermission with the finale? You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. It's like, we get it. You're not into it. It's fine. Go watch the thing you're into.
Well, I can't wait to see them kill that Planter's Peanut again.
Yeah.
I heard this time they're going to do it really violently. There'll be like, it's going to be like a whole courtroom scene. It'll be like a runner. So it'll be like, you are sentenced to be hanged by the neck until you are dead. And then it's like part 2. And he's like,
yeah,
please. Let me just say goodbye to my family. And then they put a hood on him.
Yeah.
and then the final one is just like someone looking right at the camera and be like, this could happen to you.
And then it's the funeral, and they throw the dirt and they say ashes to ashes, nuts to nuts. Right? And then they walk away from the grave and a little peanut tree branch.
Oh, that's so.
up.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a little peanut hand like at the end of Carrie.
Oh, that'd be good. Like a little peanut hand pops out.
Yeah.
That's my Super Bowl.
Who's doing the halftime show?
Not it's somebody who wraps his face in bandages and wears a red suit.
Mr. Mummy?
No, it's not Mr. Mummy. It's a good guess though, and I actually would rather see Mr. Mummy in that slot. What's a good hint, Brett? Missing I would maybe this like there's no E.
Sorry, it's not Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday.
Oh, I was going to say Thursday. It's Joe Friday from Dragnet.
Yes, it's Joe Friday from Dragnet. Dan Aykroyd is finally bringing back the character from the hit movie Dragnet.
Dan Aykroyd has never been happier. A, playing Joe Friday. B, doing some sort of weird mystical stuff. I like him. He's a true weirdo, that guy.
And he's going to do the Dragnet rap.
I love the Dragnet rap.
But you know what I love is this clip you pulled. I want to see the clip
You do not love it. You don't love it. You didn't even get through it when I sent it to you.
All right. Well, now I will.
This is very exciting.
Yes.
We've had a lot of great duos on Double Threat over the episodes. We've had Bob and Brad. We've had Charles and Jeff from Two on the Aisle. Last week we had Mike and Keith.
Charles and Jeff are definitely very, very. I feel like these are like the female equivalent of Charles and Jeff.
Yeah, and this week we've got a new addition to the Double Threat Hall of Duos. This is Horowitz and Spector. And Julie, you want to tell us about Horowitz and Spector?
Well, so there's a very famous like cult public access show from the 80s called Stairway to Stardom, and the famous one is Hairdresser that people know and have passed around, and it's pretty great, and I really do recommend watching all of I've just been watching these clips every night, and they're great because they're not like, even though it's a talent show, it's not like how on The Voice, or not The Voice, but like American Idol, how they always have like William Hung and he's so bad and everybody laughs. It's everyone here is like talented and they're trying their best. And it's incredibly satisfying. So anyway, these two women, Horowitz and Spector, wrote a funny song. And in the comments, someone called them violently Jewish. which I identify as. I know this song by heart too. I'll let you know.
I'm getting bored with thinking thin. The shape I'm in's the shape I'm in. I'm sick of feeling guilty when I eat.
Me too.
I'm giving up this dieting. My growling stomach's rioting. I gotta have a taste of something sweet. Don't want no boiled chicken or boiled taters, no plain salad, tuna with no mayonnaise, no steamed tofu. Or steamed turnip, no bland flounder, veggies with no hollandaise.
Abstention has me out of sorts. What not to eat fills all my thoughts. This agitation's led to chronic colic.
Oh, I know.
I'm giving up this stupid fight. So what if I have cellulite? I'd rather be a happy foodaholic. I'll start with fried chicken and fried taters on the pasto, pizza pie with extra cheese
and hot pastrami
and thick salami
and souvlaki, shrimps and lobster cantonese and Sam Milka and amaretto and drambuie, corundum and bananas and cappuccino and strong espresso and hot cocoa just to get my palate wet. Our diet doctor's gonna cringe, but we're committed to this binge. That skinny SOB is too demanding. I'm quitting my aerobics class and opting for a flabby ass. Who cares if my dimensions are expanding? Let's bring it home, girls! Fudge, brownies, and caramel custard, thick cheesecake with a side of chocolate mousse and black forest and 7-layer, a sliced babka. Don't forget my Charlotte Rose. Bring on the Hostess cupcakes and chocolate Twinkies, Yankee Doodles, Devil Dogs and Milky Ways and frozen Snickers and Reese's Pieces, and throw my diet pills away. Yay! Gluttony is here to stay. Yay! Burn Jane Fonda's tape today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. They were dressed, if just to paint the picture, if you picture they're dressed in kind of like LeMay, and it's kind of like if ABBA got on the spaceship when they were in one of their space outfits, they got on space, they didn't get on the spaceship. They were like on a different spaceship. Like not the fancy. There's something, the outfits are very futuristic, but also look kind of homemade.
Of their time.
Yeah. But it's very charming.
Any other observations, Tom?
No, I liked it. It was very cute.
Did you like it when they called potatoes taters twice?
I like when they called the taters and they mentioned all those cakes. I like that part when they had a side of, what was it? It was like you have a
side of chocolate mousse.
Yeah, like a side of chocolate mousse. A 7-layer. It just made me think of cake. And then I was on board.
I just want to show you very briefly the other one. And we don't have to use either of these. I just want to share them with you.
No, this is great.
Well, these are great. And I'm going to put the links to these videos in the show notes. So you got to watch this as it plays. So click on that link in the show notes. It'll take you to the video.
I think it's an amazing song. I've heard it a lot. It's really good. And then this is one, not Hairdresser, but the Halloween song with the two of them. It's not as good of a song, but visually it's very exciting. And And I looked it up. Bobby Horowitz, Bobby short for Barbara, is doing great. She's a color numerologist. She lives in Manhattan. She refers to her partner as her former partners. The two probably had a very ugly split.
And do you know about the other partner?
I think she was at the Capitol.
Sure. Well, I think I remember hearing that song in the background. Fried taters and fried
tear gas,
and knock down that statue. And maybe we can go into the office of Pelosi and go through her desk drawers and maybe grab her laptop and sell it to the Soviets. Because not the Soviets. Well, it would be Soviets. It's the 80s. They would say Soviets.
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready. I saw the title. I wish I didn't, but that makes me want to watch this more than ever. That says Stairway to Stardom, 1988, Horowitz Spector, Something's Rotten in Transylvania.
This is a little confusing conceptually. The other one was just a straight arrow. This, I think, is more about the costume, but the costume kind of convolutes the message.
And there's this piano player. He was always there for all.
Oh, yeah. He was the guy.
Okay.
It's a wonderful show. I strongly recommend. There's a Stairway to Stardom account on YouTube, and just subscribe to it.
Okay.
Something's rotten in Transylvania. My baby doesn't bite me anymore. Something's rotten in Transylvania. He doesn't give me fang the way he did before. Last night it took an hour for him to resurrect. As we left the tomb room, he stopped to genuflect. I saw him toss his native soil into my laundry basket, then take an ad in New York Mag to auction off his casket. Something's rotten in Transylvania. My baby doesn't bite me anymore. Something's rotten in Transylvania.
Okay.
He doesn't give me fang the way he
Can you
did
pause
before.
for a second? They're dressed in like a giant costume, as if they are a two-headed lady.
Monster.
Yeah, and they're both sticking out of this black cloak, this black hooded cloak. And their respective left and right arms are cocked at a jaunty angle with a silver glove.
Do you have any notes?
No.
Me neither.
Proceed.
He signed a form to donate blood at NYU. He snarled at me for serving a hemoglobin stew. I told him he should see a shrink about his pink complexion and find out why the mirrors are reflecting his reflection. Something's rotten in Transylvania. My baby doesn't want a neck anymore. Something's rotten in Transylvania. He doesn't suck my blood the way he did before. I tell myself again to get my old bat back. Instead of flying nightly, he's daily running track. He's drinking milk with soybean protein, wolfbane herbal mixes, and in the lining of his cape, he's stashing crucifixes. He capped his teeth to camouflage his ghoulish grin. Can't fly without a Walkman. There's something wrong with him. I caught him in a tanning center checking
Wait, what's
out
that
their
mean?
prices.
Wait,
How can a day?
He can't fly without a Walkman?
I don't know what this song's about.
This is one of those songs. If I had to guess how much we've listened, I would say 8.5 minutes. There's so many words in it that it's like getting a novel thrown at you, because every second it's so many words. Like every time they go back to that chorus, then you're just like, oh my God, they're starting with a whole wave of another. It's like the 9th verse now. He won't take me to the movies because he doesn't like scares. And he goes, won't go the thing because he walks down the stairs. His casket's got a TV in it. It's like I picture
what are
them
you
writing
trying
it.
to say?
I picture them writing it and not knowing when to stop. Like every line made it in on this one.
Something's rotten in Transylvania.
So much to digest. You're right.
Anymore. Something's rotten in Transylvania. He doesn't give me fang the way he did before. He doesn't want to be nocturnal anymore. He spends a bloody fortune at the health food store. What happened to the Dracula that I adore? He doesn't give me fang the way he did before. He doesn't give me fang the way he did before.
Thank you.
I'm wondering which one is Horowitz and which one is Spector.
She's Spector.
Horowitz. Oh, I see.
I like how they have their thing figured out. And did they do anything past this? Like, did they do shows?
They had a cabaret act. I've been doing a little deep dive on. I think no disrespect to Ms. Spector, but I do feel like Ms. Horowitz was the Paul Simon of the group.
You know, I think we're looking at here. Horowitz and Klausner.
Welcome to Double Threat. I'm Julie and I'm Bobby.
Oh, no. And
Brett, we just have like a dummy propped up that pretends to be Brett. None of the microphones are hooked in.
Yeah. Something's rotten in Transylvania. You're getting in the hood. Julie, you got to get in that hood.
Be a third one. You just see like a small head pop up and it's me.
No, if Spector's not doing it anymore, if they're not a partnership, if you like Horowitz, you get in that hood.
Get in the hood.
And you could update the things a little bit, make some like he's always checking Reddit because he's looking for just like things that she might not know about.
He's always checking Reddit and he's on 4chan.
Yeah. You just slip in references.
He really likes Rick and Morty, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah. He took all my money and he bought GameStop stock.
Greetings, mortals. I am the Lord thy God, King of the universe, creator of space. We don't need the vocal effects. Can we lose that?
But my actual voice is okay, great. Hello, I am the Lord thy God, King of the universe, creator of space and time, or as I prefer to be known these days, at the tweet of God. For over a decade, I've entertained my over 6.2 million followers with my wit, misanthropy, and oft-stated regret I created any and all of you. Well, now I'm taking my hilarious blend of contempt and disgust from the Twitterverse to the podcast verse with my new show, the predictably named Godcast, premiering Wednesday, January 27th on Forever Dog. On Godcast, I'll be opening up my infinite mind about everything from politics to the nature of reality to this week's point spreads to how much longer I'll save the Queen to that weird new growth on your neck. I'll answer prayers, take spiritual phone calls, surprise people with live eternal damnations, justify the platypus, and even explain the Bible, which is not at all easy to do. Plus, every episode, I'll be interviewing a guest, either alive, like Stephen Colbert, Zooey Deschanel, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, or dead, like Moses, Amelia Earhart, and Lizzie Borden. Joining me for it all will be my adorable sidekick, the 18 to 34 demo appealing Joan of Arc.
Hi, God.
Hi, Joan. You excited for the show?
Sure am. Hey, could you put me out now?
Not now, maybe soon.
Sounds great.
New episodes of Godcast will premiere every Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can and will go to hell. Godcast, from the creator of At the Tweet of God and everything else.
Hello, Forever Dog listeners. I'm Allison Raskin.
And I'm Gabby Dunn.
And we host the podcast Just Between Us, which is available right here, right now on Forever Dog.
Just Between Us is a variety show that features listener questions, in-depth interviews, and topical topics.
We also play a game show called Hypotheticals. I could try to explain it to you, but the rules keep changing. I make the rules.
And I always lose. We're also joined each week by incredible guests, including disability activist Alice Wong, Planned Parenthood's Alexis McGill-Johnson, best-selling author and therapist Lori Gottlieb, and primatologist Kate Gilmore.
New episodes of Just Between Us drop every Wednesday. So while you're listening to this podcast, search for Just Between Us with Allison Raskin and Gabby Dunn. Hit that subscribe button and check us out.
Please.
Please.
Just between us.
All right. Next up, this actually came from our we've got some listeners in the UK that popped into the inbox this week because there was a clip going around that was very popular. I actually had not seen this until it was shared with me, but a clip that was very popular in the UK this week. It was a
Is
parish
it from Blue Peter?
Is it from Doc? Is it from Doc Martin?
Is it from the Bill?
Is it from Masterpiece Mystery? I loved, by the way, last week when our pal Kylie, the author, was so mad about the Masterpiece Mystery where the justification for this person killing someone was that they had seen a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so mad, and she was like, and this is supposed to be a masterpiece? Like she...
Yes,
and I know she meant the brand masterpiece, but she just seemed so like, how dare you call yourself a masterpiece?
Yeah, I loved her. She was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She was so cool.
Yeah, she was great. We linked to her books as well, her website. So go check out Kylie's Chili Cook-Off Mysteries. You can find that link on our Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
This came from
these are from the UK. These are from merry old England.
Yes.
Merry old England.
And this was a video that was apparently going viral in England this week. It's a parish council meeting that happened on Zoom, and a parish council meeting is sort of like a city council meeting, like a town hall, where everybody in the local community comes on and they meet with their representatives. They can air any sort of grievances or concerns or things like that. So this is a parish council meeting that, of course, is happening over Zoom right now during quarantine. That happened in Handforth, the village in the north of England. And it gets very contentious, very tense, this parish council meeting on Zoom.
Something's rotten at the Handforth Council.
My butler doesn't... Me butler doesn't wait on me anymore.
So who sent this, Brett?
This was sent to us by Paul, James, and Jonathan. We got several, and then I think maybe a couple people on Twitter as well. So yeah, we got a bunch of hits about this week. So let me share this now.
When do we plan to start?
I think we could start any moment, Chairman. I think it's perhaps helpful just to go through the same things as we went through before, which is just to encourage people to switch off their microphones. Because it does reduce the background.
On that.
Bing, which tells us that somebody else wants to come in. So I'll continue to admit people if you'd like to start the meeting, Chairman.
Can we be assured that we won't be thrown out of the meeting like we were last time?
As long as we have reasonable behaviour from everyone, no one would be excluded from the meeting.
I was thrown out of the meeting. So was Councillor Bertel, so was Councillor Brewerton.
As a point of order, Chairman, could we start the
again?
Chair.
Okay. I'll get for. Okay.
Chair.
We haven't started the meeting yet. Do you want to speak anyway?
Yes, I'd like to ask a point of order.
I'm in.
We're not in a meeting, so points of order are not.
When's it started yet? No.
Points of order apply during the debates. And I want to ask.
So can you pause for 1 second, please?
Quoted.
So they're just bouncing they're bouncing from Zoom to Zoom, and it's all like low res Zooms of just middle-aged and older people trying to navigate this. And it is worth noting, I think the first thing we heard was a good old-fashioned F off, right? Like within the first 5 seconds, somebody under their breath.
They definitely, yeah. The air of politeness is, It's as thin as the shell on a Smartie chocolate candy.
Yes, it is as thin as the shell on a Smartie chocolate candy. I gotta get some Smartie chocolate candy.
God, I want to put some candy in my mouth.
That's all I can think about. I was thinking about a chocolate cake with a side of mousse.
7-layer. And then she goes, don't forget my Charlotte Russe, which I had to look up. It's like a very fancy design. These women are fancy. They fancy.
Oh, that's clear. It's clear.
Yeah, they're talking about, they're craving Bananas Foster.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I want some cookie dough out of the tube.
Yeah. I'd be like, what does the Walgreens have? I'll buy all of it.
I want a McDonald's sundae. And
Like when I go to
fingers.
if I go to McDonald's and I'm into Walgreens, I'm just kind of like, ooh, classic Snickers, almond Snickers, hazelnut Snickers, fudge Snickers.
How do you do?
White Snickers. I'm just like, boy, you got it all figured out, Snickers.
And then someone's like, hands up, this is a robbery.
Yeah. I'm like, the Snickers are over here.
Sometimes when I'm at Walgreens, I'll be like, I want some candy, but I also want to be classy. Ooh, Dove.
Duh. Yeah. That's how I feel when I go for like an ice cream bar, and it's like, I guess I'll get a Magnum, of course. Yeah. It's a very classy.
Well, now it's a luxury. I'm not just stuffing my face with trash.
Yeah. Yes, my yacht just pulled up, good man. I go in pretending I'm fancy. Oh, my yacht just is docking. I have a minute on land for a moment. Let me grab
I take the like Dove chocolate covered like cranberries up to the register, and I'm like, that will be all.
And this Magnum ice cream bar, I'll take 2 of those, please. And
money's no object. It's a special. In a fortnight, I'm to be married.
Yes, and I should get something to quench my thirst. Perhaps some of this Voss water will do it. This is the pinnacle of class. A Voss water, a Magnum chocolate ice cream bar, and some Dove candies as well.
And then they see you on the street, sitting on the sidewalk, like pouring the Voss water into the Voss cup and drinking it like a cup.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah.
You're on you're sitting on the corner on the sidewalk. You pour the Voss water into the Voss cup, and then you go cheers, and you're clinking glasses with the Magnum ice cream bar.
I believe it was Wordsworth who said, and then I just go, I believe it was Wordsworth who said, give me that chocolate bar, stupid. So this clip now.
This is British people being like bitchy, but because they can't be like, hey, go suck it. They're being very catty.
Yes.
Yeah, there's clearly some backstory here too. That there's something happened at the last meeting, or maybe the couple previous meetings
in Transylvania. Yes, sorry. Yes, something happened in Transylvania. This guy was dissed and dismissed, and he's got a bone to pick. And he's also one of these old guys that seems like he's taking a big bite and then swallowing before he says anything.
The point of order.
Yes, indeed.
Are you here as the proper officer?
I am here offering support to Handforth Parish Council in the conduct of this meeting this evening.
You're not the proper officer.
Is that as clerk or proper officer?
There's no difference between clerk and proper officer.
Of course there is.
Yes, there is.
You must know the basic law. I would have thought.
Are we going to start this meeting?
It isn't the role of somebody who, however kindly volunteers to do the clerking for a meeting, to act as a proper officer if they haven't so been appointed. That's against the law.
Been called by
And let me also quote to you the standing orders of Handforth. But will you stop talking?
Unless we are prepared.
Will you please listen?
We'll go the same.
Will you please listen? Will you stop being whatever it is you're trying to be and just clerk the meeting if that's what you want to do? Points of order, according to our standing orders, are determined by the chair. If you want to raise a point of order as a councillor, you ask if you can raise a point of order, you state it, and then the chair decides. It is not for the clerk to raise a point of order. It is not for the clerk to decide a point of order. And you must be aware of that, or at least God knows what you're doing in your job if you're not aware.
Start this meeting. It is. Or shall we elect an alternative chairman?
Oh, hiya. I'm just in a meeting at the moment. Can I give you a call back when it finishes? Okay, all right, bye.
So, Chairman, albeit late, shall we get this meeting started?
Can't see Jackie Weaver.
They just cut to a guy. They cut to the back of a guy's head, like looking away from the computer. And one of the screens, some people have their cameras on and some people don't. So it just says Julie's iPad or Jackie Weaver.
We'll start the meeting, and I want to repeat what I said at the beginning of the last meeting, that this meeting has not been called according to the law. The law has been broken.
It has been properly
Will you please let the chairman
Mrs. Weaver, please.
speak?
If you disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it.
You can't.
It's only the chairman who can remove people from a meeting. You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out.
Shit!
She's kicked him out. Don't.
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally?
They now elect a chairman.
No, they can't because the vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders.
I'm
Read them
taking
and understand
charge.
them.
Councillor Burkle, we've been through this.
What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
The chairman of the council is the chairman of the council.
Yeah, I'm going to subpoena everybody.
Could I ask you to be respectful to Jackie Weaver, please?
They're being the thing with England is, yes, sometimes they can be very smart in
Superior.
England, but they can also be even dumber than the dumbest of the U.S., if that's even possible.
Well, it's a different kind of dumb because it's not quite like aggressive.
It's this mannered, rules-based stupidity.
It's a point of order. A point of order. Jackie Weaver, you don't have the right to kick. You don't have a right to clock this meeting, Jackie Weaver.
I'm just in a meeting. Can I call you back?
Can someone please be respectful to Jackie Weaver?
And then the one guy's like, I'm in charge of this meeting. I'm in charge of this meeting. I'm the second in command.
No, you're not.
It's a point of order. I was removed from the meeting last week.
Did they ever get to...
Illegal.
Did they ever get to talk about what they were going to talk about?
No, it goes on like that for a while. And actually, I'll put a link to this as well in the show notes so you can watch the video. Jackie Weaver is the only one that is like in a office setting and is kind of is like framed correctly. Everybody else is either a black screen or some guy who's like weirdly looming over the camera or staring into it menacingly.
Yeah. There's a lot of menace.
Julie.
Yeah.
Julie.
Yes.
It's a point of order for me to propose the Horowitz Spector clip was played illegally. You could not play two clips in a row.
I liked it when she hung up on him.
Yeah, and they were just like, Oh.
They're like, what? No, she didn't. That's why that guy laughed. He was like, I can't believe this is happening in my lifetime.
She kicked him out.
She kicked him out. I would have kicked him out. He was being a son of a bitch.
And that was the guy that had been kicked out the previous week.
Good. I can see why. Guns blazing.
I'd kick him out if he's riding that camera a little too tight. Get out. Lean back.
If the first thing you
Lean
say
back.
is like, before the meeting starts, don't kick me out. It's like, well, I'm going to kick you out.
I would like to not be removed from the meeting this week.
Click.
Last week
What?
I was...
Point of order.
It's a point of order. Something's rotten in Transylvania.
My baby doesn't.
My baby doesn't give me fang no more.
Do you think that that's what British people think that all Americans are like?
I do. I think all Americans think that this clip is what British people are like, and all British people think that clip is what Americans are like.
Boiled chicken
Yeah.
or boiled taters.
They're like,
They do not have the propriety and class we have. They're like Horowitz Spector.
and then meanwhile they're like, then meanwhile they just go down some weird mannered rabbit hole of frustration and just futility.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh,
Point
if only
of
I could be,
order.
only I could be more like Bobby Horowitz.
What are they going to debate on this? A street
What
sign?
are they talking about?
Like,
Porridge?
it seems like it's the
They're
smallest
talking
thing
about
ever.
whether porridge should be lumpy or very lumpy.
Can we please have a council vote on porridge? How many lumps?
She's kicked Barry out, so I'm leaving. No, Barry. No, Barry has gone. Oh, stay. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We can't if you've got that. Oh, you just don't.
Was that person possessed? Was that like a British exorcist moment? Oh, well,
Jackie
no, when they
Weaver,
laugh, it's
I find
more upsetting.
that the person on Alec Bruton's Zoom is being very disrespectful to everybody.
Oh, coming from you, from Birkenhead, that sounds good.
My first point is to apologise to Jackie, but welcome to Handforth.
And he also this guy now has this guy's in a room, clearly in his music room. He's got his 3 guitars on the wall behind him and an amplifier. Just in case anybody doesn't know,
Music is my thing. A bit. I tend to play some folk music, and
This one's a Fender. This one's,
One of the
this
yeah.
one's also a Fender.
I got 3 Fenders and a hotkey amplifier, preamp. I got a hotkey preamp and 3 Fender.
Do I play? Yes, I play.
Do I play guitar? Well, yes. Well, yes, I do. What would make you? Am I? Oh, yes, I am a guitar player. Thanks for asking. Did the 3 guitars completely filling up the frame?
and then they cut away to like Jackie Weaver, and then they cut back to him, and he's playing all 3 guitars.
This was sent to us by listener one of our listener Bob Sellers. Usually I don't give out last names for listeners, but you guys know Bob Sellers if you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. He always does those wonderful graphics each week for the new episodes. He's a great follow on social. And
Bob is amazing. Bob, I appreciate Bob, but we appreciate Bob's work. He does stuff for Best Show. He does stuff for Double Threat. He goes and creates these amazing posters and images and stuff. He's really the best.
Brilliant.
He's really great. And there was they're great every week. The one he did for our Dilbert. I've seen Dilbert's toilet episode a couple weeks ago. Was just so good. I reposted that on our account, so check that out. Really great stuff.
Would you, Julie? Could we arrange now?
Yes.
what if it said on your? What if we wrote each other's tombstones on this show?
Oh, let's just make that deal right now.
I feel like, but it should be something it should be something that you said that would, I feel like you saying, oh no, I've seen Dilbert's toilet.
Is that on yours or mine?
That's yours.
I want it to be
horrified. You sounded broken when you said it.
I
Like
was.
It broke you.
That guy was so soulless. He destroyed. Oh, he was disgusting.
You knew you couldn't come back from that.
No.
Is what it seemed.
I was done.
You knew that was the Rubicon that you cannot ever trek back across. You are now moving forward.
On your tombstone, it should just say, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Maybe put like one of those like chips that are in a greeting card.
Oh, are you open it? What are you going to open? The coffin?
If you go near a place, maybe like one of the ones that you put in like a spooky ghost that somebody hangs on their lawn when you walk past that goes like, whoa.
So you're telling me I can buy your headstone at like CVS?
You can buy it at Party City.
I'm sure there are headstones that are motion activated.
I want a motion activated, a sound, motion activated sound to play, and I want it to be like, yeah, right.
Every time
I want
someone
to be
comes
like,
near, you're great. And then inevitably you'll be buried next to someone deeply beloved, and every time they're visited, you hear, yeah, right.
I want it to be like, I'm alive. Yeah, right. I'm dead.
I got my best years are ahead of me. Yeah, right.
Right. I'm dead. They're all over. It's over.
I gotta say, these feel like T-shirts. A Julian Tom headstone T-shirts.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm into it.
I want my headstone, in all seriousness, I would like my headstone to just be a random comment underneath boiled chicken.
Okay.
Somebody finds a comment on boiled chicken on YouTube, the song. That will be my...
Is there a shirt of you and I, somebody putting our faces in that Something's Rotten in Transylvania image?
Yes, please. Please. Please.
Yeah. You can follow the link in the show notes to see that video. I'll also post a screenshot of that. That would be a perfect shirt.
Okay. So what's this final thing you got for us, Brant? So
the final video, this was shared by Bob Sellers. This is a children's show that premiered. It's a Danish children's show, stop motion animation show that premiered in January of this year. So this is a very recent thing, and it premiered on a television station in Denmark. And this is an actual show, and it's actually for children. And it is called John Dillermand. And John Dillermand translates as John Penis Man. And John Dillermand, the plot of this children's show is that John Dillermand is a middle-aged man who wears a red and white striped bathing costume, and he has a penis that can extend to a length of dozens of meters. And it's prehensile, so that he can use it as a tool to it says here, tame lions, fly about like a helicopter. But it often acts independently of John and gets him into trouble. And that is the plot of John Dillermand.
I would have ended it at wears a red and white bathing costume.
Yeah, that would have been enough to make it so it's like, yeah, my kid's not watching this.
So this is obviously caused quite a stir in Denmark.
Is it Denmark?
Yes, but as far as I can tell, it is still on the air.
And it's definitely for children?
I
don't want to fall for this. Is not going to be another chili thing.
Tom, I hear you. I kept looking. I kept waiting for the shoe to drop on this. I looked far and wide. There is no point at which this turns into satire.
Right,
this, as far as I can tell, this is totally real.
If this is a goof or a lampoon, it's on you, my friend.
A spoof, a skit.
I will take the heat. If this does end up being a vast practical joke, it'll fall on me. But as far as I can tell,
okay,
this is real.
Goddag, det er John Dillermand. John Dillermand. Han er verdens længste
What is? There's no way.
Han ikke kan med det. Han kan svinge den rundt, han kan blive lidt flov. Han kan redde hele verden, hvis han bare fik lov. John Dillermand, John Dillermand, John Dillermand. John Dillermand, John Dillermand, John.
How do we know that's his penis? It just looks like a rope because it's the same material as his shirt. That's not how weenies work. I've seen one.
It's like if you crossed Where's Waldo with Al Goldstein, right? It's like if Screw Magazine took over Where's Waldo, this is what it would be. Because he's dressed like Waldo.
He's dressed like Waldo as a leather man, like a leather man undercover as well. Like in other words, that's a handlebar mustache. That guy's, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to. The guy kind of looks like the Time to Make the Donuts guy.
Right. He also kind of looks like someone that's about to go to the mine shaft and get pissed on.
Yeah, he's got a handlebar mustache. And he's wearing a old fashioned
bathing costume.
Yeah, striped bathing costume.
Striped.
So this is a backyard scenario where he's got a grill and some lighter fluid. What could go wrong?
Some Frankfurters on the grill.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Nothing. I can't picture anything that could potentially happen to this guy.
I want to point out that as big as his appendage is, he got no toes.
Yeah. He just kind of got feet.
He's just
Look like they're like galoshes.
No toes.
Flesh-colored galoshes.
Ej, hold nu op, Diller. Nej, det må vi ikke. Og hvad var bedre til det, end en ordentlig omgang tændvæske? De skulle jo have tændt den grill. Nej,
so he's lighting the flame with his...
But it doesn't look like a penis. It looks like a tail or something.
Ikke ned i saftevandet, skreg oldemor. Jamen, det var Dilleren, der gjorde det. Kom,
So
John,
he
nu
used
går vi til ud og finder
his
noget andet.
appendage.
Yeah, we'll just say appendage.
He's 5 feet away from the grill, and it's slithered over and grabbed the lighter fluid and lit a match and then poured it in. And now his wife, I guess is in the doorway.
Yeah. Did little boys are they like the showrunners? Is there like a little boy writer room?
It's a 5-year-old. Yeah, a 5-year-old. Meet Denmark's youngest showrunner.
I just like to be true to the characters, and I like jokes, but I also don't want to give jokes to the characters that the characters wouldn't say.
Kid. He's talking about the tooth fairy and how he needs to make sure that the balance of jokes are correct. And he's not going to put a hat on a hat.
We're breaking 105, and I don't want to put a hat on a hat.
This is how the network, because obviously they got some blowback for John Dillermand, but this is how the network defended the show, which they are standing by. One of the network heads said it just as easily could have been a program about a woman with no control over her vagina, saying that the show is not a commentary on gender, and their main concern was whether children were entertained by the show. And then Danish
children are entertained by marbles and shadow puppets.
Yeah.
Could I just say that, is it that hard? I guess maybe it's different with the internet and everything. Everything's this and that. But no, I don't think blaming this on the kids is necessarily the best strategy.
Yeah.
You're like, well, we make Fruity Pebbles because kids love Fruity Pebbles. Like, of course they love Fruity Pebbles. It doesn't mean that you should be giving them.
It's sugar in pink. It's like you turned it into pink sugar.
It's the best. Fruity. Do you like Fruity Pebbles? I love Fruity Pebbles. Okay,
I never liked Fruity Pebbles.
More for me.
You know what I like was milk. You pour it in the bowl. You pour it in. You put the cereal in the bowl first. That means you're a weirdo.
Cereal first. That's the question in pandemic. That's the question.
You pour the cereal in the bowl first. That makes you such a loser. And you go do the thing and you pour the milk in, and it's so much better with a.
Do you think Bobby Horowitz is somewhere watching that and being like, what an untalented bitch?
Or what if it's like the Yoko thing where Spector is like, you and I, we did that.
Yeah.
This is our influence. Milk. You pour it in the bowl.
Can we just see that really quick?
I'm already looking for it.
Milk first or milk or cereal first. You put the milk in the bowl and here it comes.
The funny thing with that one is that clip is Slightly hard to find.
Yeah, they have done a good job of scrubbing that from the internet.
Oh no! Like the one of Lin-Manuel going clit. Do you know that one?
No.
But good news, you can still find it if you look hard enough.
There you go. Yay!
Cereal first. If you answered cereal, you are the worst. An unpopular opinion, but there's no competition because we're winning. Already signed the petition, pour the milk in the bowl before you even touch that cereal because the milk is its dad and the box is the mom. It's a proven fact. So any seconds that it spends without them, it gets really sad. So when you pour it in empty, that's the sound of a baby bird falling out of nest to the ground. But when the milk's already been poured, it's the dad picking up his kid because the divorce. So pouring your cereal first, you do you, but you're the one giving it trust issues. The milk is the dad, and the box is the mom. Yeah, the milk is the dad, and the box is the mom. That's the end of the debate and the end of the song.
Want to tell everybody about QAnon. QAnon because they drink the blood of the babies and they do it in the basement of a pizzeria and they got all the things going. And we're going to take the White House back, and President Trump is still in office, and they're executing all the leaders that were unfaithful. And right, he'll take the throne back in beginning of March, and the government will be right again. That video.
It's like just I've never seen a better document of someone's unraveling.
Yeah.
Because the milk is the mom and the cereal is the dad.
I could talk about it as if it's new every time.
It's
so pushy in its it's like if you just came up with something that made no sense, but you just leaned into it so hard and you're like, no, I'm going to convince you that this is true. It's like, well, do you think it's true? No, I don't think it's true.
If you said cereal, you're the worst. Am I? Really?
Yeah.
The worst? Okay.
So it's like, what are you doing eating that kind of cereal? You're an adult eating Reese's Pieces cereal.
Have you ever had that?
I went to the grocery store. I bought this thing of Cinnamon Toast Crunch churro thing. I poured a bowl that I almost threw up.
It's bad?
I can't handle that.
Do you like original Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yeah, it was fine, but I don't know if I can handle any of that sweet stuff no more.
You know what cereal is really good is one of today's sponsors, Magic Spoon.
Well, that's the thing. Magic Spoon, those cereals were sweet, but they were not overdone to where you have like a toothache.
Yeah, good balance.
A toothache?
Yeah.
That's charming.
Well, Bob, I got to say, this clip upset me.
We didn't like it.
But I love you.
I got one more for you here. One short one. This was sent to us by listener Diana. And this is a device. This kind of filed this under the Inspiration Cube genre of things. A couple weeks ago, we looked at Joel Osteen's Inspiration Cube. Here's another little knickknack you might want to get for the house. This is, I think this is currently going through a Kickstarter campaign. So if you like what you hear and see here, you can go support their Kickstarter. This is a device called Love Sync. Love Sync, and that's sync as SYNC.
Okay.
Sex.
That's a really weird way to start off.
I'm just stalling right now, hoping she's in the mood for some horizontal hustle.
And I'm just waiting for him to make the first move so we can do the mattress mambo.
I love her.
And I love him.
I'm just not always sure she's ready to do some dancing in the sheets when I am. I've been shut down before. It's kind of embarrassing.
Not right now, I'm all sweaty.
Me too.
So it's showing two attractive people.
Two awful white people.
Who are
horrible white people.
Who use these repulsive euphemisms. The mattress
for intercourse.
mambo.
For intercourse. For disgusting heterosexual intercourse.
The horizontal hustle. No one's ever said that. I hate fake. I hate this fake.
Yeah.
I feel bad for actors who, when they're in situations like, they're like, how am I going to make this work? This is going to come out of my mouth and I'm going to be the one who people think I came up with that.
So these two idiots don't know how to fuck each other. And they're basically, circling around the fact
Someone's
that
writing their new tombstone.
And I think they're about to create some sort of stupid button that says time to fuck.
Julie, you might want to get in the inventions game because you locked into this one.
I hate this.
So they're never in the mood at the same time. Oh my God. What are they going to do? Enter the love sync.
Well, you're in luck because there's Love Sync.
Love Sync is a device that lets you know when both of you are in the mood for some hippity-dippity.
Put it in your ass.
It's super simple.
Put
All
them
you
in
have
your
to do
ass.
is place
Put
a
it in
button
your
at
ass.
each of your bedsides, and when you're feeling a little randy, you just anonymously push the button. There's no risk of rejection. If only one of you pushes the button, nothing happens, and your partner's none the wiser. But if your partner's also ready for a pants-off dance-off, they'll press their button. The Love Sync technology combines these anonymous inputs and recognizes that there is consensus. It lets you both know by emitting a swirling glow from the buttons.
Hold on a second. The Love Sync technology, they act like this is some uncharted territory that they press a button and when two people press the button, the green light goes on. This is like, that's not that's like,
I feel like they use that
impressive.
on like password. They basically, these people inherited like a whole storage unit full of like buzzers from an old game show. And they're like, how do we repackage this?
Yeah, they bought some defective Simons, and now they're trying to just take it and turn it into some porno, This
is for when your baby doesn't give you fang the way he did before.
Yeah, there's something rotten with the Love Sync.
And so
my baby doesn't press the Love Sync no more.
And so this is and by the way, if they are gonna do like an old Simon or something, why don't they just be like, this is the love Jenga? Like you make a tower, and if the other person also makes a tower and it doesn't topple, then you get to screw.
Yeah.
Pressing the button multiple times sets a longer time period that you'd be down for bopping squiddles.
Rumpus humpus.
Hack in the sack.
2-person push-ups?
It's amazing for those times where you wouldn't mind being surprised in the middle of the night.
Which I
Sorry,
avoided
can you
in the
pause it,
past.
please? I want to know, is there something on Kickstarter where you could take money away from a project?
Yes. As Gary the Squirrel once said, he wanted Kickstopper.
That's what I want, but I don't want to just stop it. I want to remove the money that they've gotten.
Yeah.
Well, I found the market price of Love Sync. Do you guys want to guess how much Love Sync costs?
$65.
I'm gonna say $39.95.
In between, Julie's a little closer. It is $57 to get yourself a Love Sync for your house.
You know what? It's called talking. How about that, babe?
Or how about we just give out a phone number? We undercut them for half, and then you call us, and then we call the other partner.
Call your
just
partner.
Like, hey.
You call us. You say, my partner's this number. I'm horny.
Yeah.
And then ring, ring. Hello. Hi, it's Julie and Tom.
Hey, it's Julie and Tom. What's going on there?
Julie and Tom. So,
any chance you would?
will you fuck Pete? Please fuck Pete.
My headphones are falling off.
And you know what? If the phone call is too awkward, we'll text you.
Yeah.
Hey. Bzz. Hey. Go fuck Pete. Or no, we we'll say, wanna fuck Pete?
Yeah, because Pete is open for business.
And then she'll be no, and then we'll call Pete and be like, bad news, Pete.
Yeah. Good news, bad news, Pete.
What's the good
bad news? Is it's not going to happen tonight. Good news is there's a new double threat coming on Monday. And then
Pete will no longer be horny. I assure you.
Unless it's next week's episode.
I love it. And on that note,
we'll see you next week. Send us or send Brett your smutty stories.
Yeah, doublethreatpod@gmail.com. Keep them coming until Tuesday at midnight. That's the cutoff. Tuesday midnight Pacific time.
Yes. And we love it. And we're so excited to hear your double threat erotic fiction. And we
have a very special guest coming to read it. That's going to be really exciting. You're going to love it.
Yes. And in the meantime, you listen to the show, you tell your friends about it, you tweet about it, you spread the word, you rate and review it over it. Anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple Music, wherever it is, you go do that. And we appreciate it.
You gotta write a review, or Brett is going to lose his mind.
Yeah, and thankfully, you know what? I checked. A lot of reviews rolled in last week.
Good.
So we really sincerely appreciate that. I know it's a stock thing to say on podcasts.
God.
But I sincerely appreciate you doing that. I know it takes a second out of your day. It's a little annoying, but it does really help.
We are the fish, and your comments are the rubs. And the reviews, I mean, the reviews are the rubs and the ratings are the glazes.
Fish. Do you do the rub first and put on the glaze? And glaze is a fish and the fish is the mom and your dad is the glaze and you rub it all over. And
why are you so dumb? And why are you so stupid? And that's what my mom said to me one time. Anyway, it really stuck. And now I believe it in my heart. When I look in the mirror, I say, who are you? But I know who I am. I'm a terrible person.
Bye.
Forever Dog.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. For more original podcasts, please visit foreverdogpodcasts.com and subscribe to our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Keep up with the latest Forever Dog news by following us on Twitter and Instagram @ForeverDogTeam and liking our page on Facebook.
It's the new year and you're looking to get a new car. Then head to Toyota's We Make It Easy sales event to find incredible deals on many of Toyota's most popular models, like Camry, Camry Hybrid, Corolla, Corolla Hybrid, Prius, Prius Prime, and even Highlander Hybrid. You'll find great ways to save with low payment leases and low APRs, not to mention huge cashback offers. So see your Toyota dealer today. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places. 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 Let's go places.